Hi everyone, this is Brianna Ying here to bring you my insights on our BUS30031 roleplay. I hope you enjoyed this video, and without further ado, let's begin. For the roleplay, I took up the role of CD Confectionary's Chief Financial Officer, otherwise known as CFO. Prior to this investigation, I was completely in the dark about the situation until our executive team received notice about child labor allegations. This made me extremely worried about the situation as I felt I had insufficient time to actually prepare for this whole investigation. Though, according to Koch et al., it is not uncommon for children above 14 to work. It definitely left me bewildered to say, as I believe children should focus more on their studies to secure a better future for themselves as well as for their family members. However, it is extremely understandable that not every child is fortunate enough to belong to a good household, and that some have to work to support their family members, like those who belong to single parent households, as well as those who have disabled family members. Despite the severity of this matter, I believe we were very lucky to have a friendly investigative team, which really helped ease my anxiety. Though I was relatively surprised that they emphasized more on legal compliance rather than the situation at hand, which in my opinion is a severely pressing matter. This situation definitely left me conflicted because, on one hand, I'm glad they didn't interrogate to the point that we're back to a corner, yet they came off rather inept at dealing with the issue at hand.
Good morning, everyone. And first of all, thank you for making us such a small meeting. My name is Brianna, and I'm leading the Ruby's task force on this issue. And with me, we have Gavin, who is who focuses on the compliance, and we have Chloe, who focuses on legal rights and education.
Thank you, Priya. Good morning, Ruby teams. Thank you for being here. I am Jay, the CEO of City Confectionery. With me are Brianna, the CFO, and Yasira, the CSO, which is Chief Sustainability Officer. We know why you are here. The concern you have raised is serious, and I want you to know this. We are not here to hide behind excuses. We are here to face this issue head on, however difficult that may be.
As identifiable in the previous clips, the investigative team was by no means intimidating, which it is greatly in having a civil conversation on the different perspectives between Eastern and Western countries, since we hold vastly different values like individualism and collectivism, from Hofstede's theory of cultural dimensions, whereby the former focuses on oneself, whereas collectivism views the group as a singular entity. For instance, in Asian countries, children may feel a sense of obligation to help out their family businesses, food stalls, or sandwich shops in their free time, whereas in Western countries, youth seek part-time employment after school, so they have more spending money outside of their given allowances. During the discussion, I was incredibly hesitant to contribute more to this topic as I was heavily plagued by the minimal address of the child labor issue and the CEO's lack of transparency on this matter. This irked me endlessly because they feel extremely underprepared to defend the company on any allegations and undervalued as they felt like she didn't trust me enough to disclose such vital information to me, which could destroy our reputation as the largest confectionery company in Southeast Asia. Consequently, it could also affect our profitability and capacity to properly support our employees in terms of finance and welfare. Now moving on to the retrospect of the meeting. If there was anything I could have done differently, it would be contributing more to the discussion. As looking back now, there are so many things I wish were brought up, like the expectations for us going forward, or more information on the child labor allegations. Additionally, I wish CEO given us more opportunity to speak up, as I felt like she dominated the conversation the whole time I took up questions I never raised to her. Okay, so things got a bit heated for a second. Moving on, our executive team agreed with the recommendations they provided. However, one of the propositions given were particularly unrealistic, such as the formal adoption and publication of child labor code to be completed within 3 months. This is mostly due to the need to conduct research, discussion amongst board members, trial runs, and revisions, which is an incredibly lengthy process that requires more time to be executed effectively. Though we do understand that they seek immediate action to be done in order to rectify our situation, it's still an immensely tall order. As such, after careful consideration among the board members, we requested an extension of the deadline to 6 months to produce the best outcome for the sake of the common good. Regarding the remediation framework, the board members are rather reluctant to administer a child labor support scheme as it will increase our expenditure and reduce our profits. Despite this, we have been encouraging them to have a deontological approach to this situation, as it is our duty to take care of our employees' well-being without bias. To put into perspective, the social benefit outweighs the private cost, as external stakeholders like the government, media, and consumers will know the lengths we go through to support our employees, thus will continue supporting us. As such, our brand reputation and sales will improve, not to mention it will further solidify our position as a top confectionery company in Southeast Asia and make us the pioneers for employee well-being and safety. In light of the investigation, it's been brought to my attention that we were severely ill-advised on the matter and have much more room to grow, which is why I'm currently drafting a proposal for the board of directors to create an adolescent advocacy task force to specialize in the management of underage employees' welfare with the assistance of legal counsel. The purpose of this team is not to encourage hiring more children, but to ensure they can easily access relevant resources such as laptops, textbooks, and stationery for school. Coming out of this roleplay, I realized there are really a lot of problems in the world that are easily overlooked because we tend to get absorbed dealing with our own problems, and even when trying to resolve group conflicts, it tends to solely focus on our own perspectives rather than looking at a scenario as a whole. Because of this, I've been inspired to look at the bigger picture and identify common good ethical approaches over utilitarian ones, as this roleplay opened my eyes to the position those in power have to assist those who cannot or do not dare speak up for themselves. And that is all for my BUS30031 reflection roleplay. I hope you've developed some useful insights and have a great day. Thank you!